Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Madness with MK, and I am back with another video. So today I've come to you on a more serious tip. You know how normally I've got the story times, I've got the get readies with me, I've got the group conversation, I've got the debates, I've got all of that. But this time I feel like it's time for me to keep you updated with my life, because you lot watch me, and I just feel like as my supporters, you lot have been watching me for like 2 years. Some of you have been watching me for 2 years, some of you have jumped on my channel like last week, but you're here either way and you're watching me. So I just feel like I should give you a little bit of an insight as to who I actually am and what's really happening with me. Ooh, I said that fast. Okay, I don't have no alcohol with me today, because that's how serious this video is. This video is a serious video about my life and about what I'm going through. Just a life update for you lot to get to know Madness with MK and what really makes it Madness with MK. And then you can put in your work and people can see the work. This video no be joke. Alright, so let me get straight into the nitty and the gritty. Alright, cool. So I'm alive and I'm well, thank God for that. Not necessarily on the well part, but I'm alive, thank God for that. But I've got a job, the career path that I want. So I'm thankful to God once again, because without God, don't know where I would be. I did a video about 2 years ago talking about how I had hip dysplasia, something like that, where my hip bones moved out of place and la-di-da-di-da. If you don't want to know the nitty and the gritty of what hip dysplasia is, go watch that video. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about how that hip dysphasia has now turned into osteoarthritis, or and they love us, osteoarthritis. Yes. So I am a 24-year-old living in London, living with arthritis. Now, if you don't know what arthritis is when you lose the cartilage in a particular joint and your bones are just rubbing together. So that's me. I have arthritis. I haven't had anything to drink today. Maybe I'm anxious, but I have arthritis in my hips, both of them. I found out in December. Yeah, I found out in December. I've been living with this. I've been living with hip problems from like 14, 15. I'm now 24, 10 and 25, so that's about 10 years. I've been having more problems for like the past 3 years or so, and I've been trying to get my GP to like refer me to the actual hospital to let me see a specialist. And every time I went, like, I'm sure I can get up my patient records, every time I went there was never a referral. There's times where I can't walk, nothing, like, do you get, there was never ever any referrals until like, so I imagine I've complained, I've gone to Sierra Leone, I've come back, there's still nothing. Like the whole of last year, whole of 2020, I was complaining, nothing. And then I finally managed to get a doctor's appointment in September, I think. It was meant to be in September. 2 days before my appointment, they pushed it to December. Cool. So I finally managed to go and see a doctor about my condition, innit? And I had like an x-ray before that, and that's when he's told me like, raw, yeah, you have arthritis. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I broke down, I called my girl, and I was crying. Like, imagine being 24, finding out that you have arthritis. Like, no offense, but arthritis is something that old people have, and I'm 24 to get. So yeah, got arthritis. I need hip replacement. I've been knowing that I'm gonna need a hip replacement from when I was young, but I didn't know that I was gonna need a hip replacement. So right now, the situation that I am, I know that I have a hip replacement pending. So like I said, I went to go see the doctor. The doctor said, yeah, he showed me my scan. I'm gonna put my x-ray right here so you lot can see the actual issue with my hip in its flesh. So saw him, then he was like, yeah, okay, book you in for a CT. So he gave me 3 options. I can get an injection into my hip, but the way that the arthritis is already arthrited, there's no point in getting the injection, because it's already past the point of the injection. Do nothing about it. Why would I want to do nothing about it? Or get a CT scan and then get myself on a waiting list for an entire hip replacement. So they said six weeks waiting time, la di da di da. I was like, cool. Then lockdown happened. Bah! Doctors call me, yeah, that 6 weeks is not happening no more. I was meant to go January 17th. They said, yeah, like, and they didn't give me another date or nothing. So I had to call them up, chase them up for that. They were like, oh yeah, maybe in March you could call us and we'll let you know if you can come in, da 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 da. They were like, yeah, we've got some free time. I think this was like the beginning of February. They were like, yeah, you could come in for a CT scan. I've gone for said CT scan. Normally when you go for these scans, they call you within like a day or a maximum a week to let you know when to come back in to discuss further. This was the beginning of February. So I went for my CT scan. I don't know if you can see, on the 22nd of February, yeah? Today is, I'm filming this video on the 28th of March. I've been calling the hospital every week, every other day, to speak to the doctors. Firstly, the orthopedic outpatient's phone doesn't even ring. So I've gone and got a CT scan and I've heard nothing from it. I don't know, nothing. Do you get it? And I'm in constant severe pain every day. Like, let me describe the type of pain to you, like, because I don't think a lot of people understand the pain that I go through. I used to enjoy dancing as a younger girl so much. Like, dancing used to be my favorite hobby. Can't dance anymore. Can't dance the bashment. Even for me to sit down right now, I can't sit down. So say my wrist is my knee, I can't sit down like this. My legs have to cross over like this for me to be in some sort of comfort. Even then, I can't sit in that position for too long. I can't sit down for too long, because if I sit down for too long, my hips lock. And then if I get up, I'm sort of limping over for like 2 minutes. Okay, there's days when I have to walk with crutches because the pain is so bad. I could be doing nothing and then my hip will just lock and then I'm limping. I can't put on my socks. I can't. So for me to put on my socks on my right foot, I have to put my leg behind and stretch my leg behind my body to put on the sock. So I have to hold the sock, spread it out like this, and hopefully my toes go inside the sock. What else? For me to tie my shoelaces, I can tie my right one just about. I have to make my sister tie my left one. If you know me, the majority of the shoes I own are trainers. It's a struggle. If Jamila's not at home, what am I supposed to do? I have to strain myself, and more time I just get pissed off because it's like, why am I in so much pain? Why is no one doing anything to help me? Why am I paying my taxes? Do you get it? I'm paying taxes for healthcare and there's no healthcare available to me. Do you get it? That's how last time, 10 years ago, I was complaining so much that it got to a point where I couldn't even walk before they started to take me seriously. And I'm sorry, I'm 25, so I can't be not walking for my 25th birthday. Like, this shit needs to be sorted. I was hoping, you know, surgery done by February, enough healing time for me to celebrate my birthday. But at this rate, where is the healing time? Like, there's barely any healing times. I'm just like, I'll be real, I'm talking fast right now because I'm anxious, but because I don't like speaking about arthritis. I feel like me speaking about it, it just makes me vulnerable. I could just give some people another reason to talk, but it's a condition that I'm living with, and so I have to live with it. Do you get? There was even a time where I was laying down in bed and both of my hips locked and I couldn't move for 3 hours. Calling 111, they're telling me there's nothing they can do. I'm sorry, I can't move. Like, I can't even go to the toilet. I feel like the NHS just want me dead, and if it's death that they're looking for, then I'll give it to you. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least painful, 10 being the most painful, it's like an 8 to walk, to sit down, I can't run. Let's not even get into running. I cannot run, because if I run, my hip will snap. There is no cartilage, nothing there. There's nothing there. It's just bone and bone around. There's so many things I can't do at work because of my profession, like, requires me to be active. Can't do certain things, can't, like, do you get it? Because it causes me a great deal of pain. There's times where I'm coming into work and I'm limping, and my manager's like, Millicent, are you alright? And I'm just like, hey, what can I do? There's actually nothing I can do. I just wanted to give you like a little life update. Have I missed you lot out? Yep, still single. Ready to mingle and pringle like a pringling girl. Still out here on the streets because I belong to the streets. Working, and I'm living very good. My relationship with God is getting better every day, and you get, perseverance, me just making sure that everything I do is revolving around God, and it's really helped me come a long way. I just hoping that God can come and deal with this arthritis. I mean, yeah, even last week I was suffering from vertigo, and I even heard that vertigo doesn't go away. Like, I'm at work and I'm vomiting in the middle of the day. I'm going out to vomit. I gotta wake up in the morning and it's vomiting. I'm sleeping, I feel like I'm vomiting. The room is spinning for no reason. Spinning. Like, it's all too much for me. I asked you lot to send me some requests on some questions on YOLO. So I'm just gonna read out a few of them and answer them for you as honestly as I can. I don't want to give out too much details about some things that you've asked me, but I will try my best, okay? So the first question is, what job do I do? I do a job that I love a lot. Yeah, I do a job that helps the youth. I do a job that is a job. Let me stop being childish. I'm a teaching assistant. So yeah, that's my job. I'm a teaching assistant and I love it a lot. Did having court change you? Yes it did. It helped me with my anger management. There's so many outbursts that I want to have, but in my head I'm like, whoa, they sent you to court for something that you didn't do. Do you get something? Like, to this day I still get fake accounts messaging me, oh, aren't you the girl that did it? No, I'm not. That's what's up. I'm not really embarrassed by that, because you get in life, you definitely get things coming your way that is not really adapting, but you just got to deal with it, and I feel like I've dealt with it. Am I in a relationship? No. Yeah, I've got nothing more to say to that. Do you want to settle down and get married and have kids, etc.? Yes, I do eventually, but I hate men, so I don't know how that's going to work, because I'm very heterosexual. But I hate men, so I don't know how that's going to work. So if anyone can find like some sort of method where I don't really have to get married to get married, so let me know, because like I said, I hate men. What made you want to start selling food? So basically, my mum is a caterer. If you're Sierra Leonean and you know me, more time, if you're Sierra Leonean, you know my mum before you know me. But my mum is a big caterer in the Sierra Leonean community. She gets hired for weddings, funerals, birthdays, everything. All you can pick, lunch and sales, everything. So my mum's always at home cooking, and I like food. So it was just like, yeah, I got into it, and then I had my support system around me. Everyone was like, oh my god, Millicent, you can cook, like you're really good at cooking, you might as well sell your food. And here we are, I'm selling food. I remember like, when I first started, I think I sold, my maximum is 10 seafood bowls. I sold 10 seafood bowls, and I was just so proud of myself. I was just like, yeah, Millicent, you are taking your talents and you're just like, you get it. Like, that's one thing that I do that makes me really proud. I need to be more consistent with it, but yeah, I definitely made myself proud of that one. I enjoy cooking, so let me just sell food since people are lapping it up anyway. And I got my level 2 for all you people out there. Yeah, I got my level 2. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for your loss. Oh yeah, my granddad died, if some of you don't know. Yeah, a month ago, 2 days ago, my granddad died. I'm sorry for your loss. How are you mentally? I know it's hard to struggle with loss. I'm praying for you. Thank you, whoever that person is, thank you very much. I feel like my family, we knew it was happening, because in November they did tell us that he had 3 months left to live. He was in the hospital. He caught COVID, survived COVID, everything, but we all knew he was going to die. I think I saw him 2 days before he died, so I'm sort of at peace knowing that he didn't like die in a struggle or anything. I'm just happy that my granddad's not in pain anymore, because he was suffering from lung cancer. So yeah, I feel like I've dealt with it well, my mum's dealt with it. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Where do I see myself in 5 years? Oh, I don't really like to speak about my goals, because there's people out there that wish bad on me, and like, this is not me being superstitious. There's actually people who genuinely wish bad on me. But in 5 years, I see myself as a very successful woman, who a lot of you who are hating on me now will hate even more, because of how successful I will be. Mashallah, amen, everything. I'm gonna be great, and that's on Pyru. That's on fucking period. I'm gonna be a fucking great woman. Do you accept brands to be promoted in your YouTube videos? Yep, I accept it all. I'm a very welcoming girl. Do you get it? Even though my name says MadnessWithMK, I'm not mad. I'm a nice girl. Do you get it? But yeah, I do accept brands. So if you look, when they contact me, DM me, I hope I've given you lot a little insight into me. I felt like it was time I gave you a little serious video. I haven't given you a little serious video in like 2 years. I didn't even have alcohol. That's how serious this video was. The video was serious. But yeah, makeup by Elite Beauty Collections on Instagram. Make sure you lot hit them up and get your dewy glam. This is what's up. But yeah, it's been your girl Madness with MK, and if you've made it this far, you're a real one, and I thank you for taking so much interest into me that you want to know about me and you want to know about what going with me. But yeah, it's been your girl Madness with MK, and I am signing out. Peace.